You have just finished watching, or you are currently watching the Fallout TV series, and you are asking yourself, should I play the Fallout games? Will I enjoy the games as much as the show? TLDR.
Yes, go play Fallout.
You're welcome.
But should I play is not actually the right question. The question you should be asking is, which Fallout game do I start with? The knee-jerk reaction is just to play the latest one, Fallout 76.
Negative, Captain.
Fallout 76 is where your Fallout fandom goes to die, like an elephant graveyard for wasteland wanderers. But if you're a prospective vault dweller, I'm going to cover each game in a couple minutes and potentially save you hours and maybe some cashola. We're all different, so let's see which Fallout games work for you. My name is Jason Badow. I'm a comic book artist and writer for DC Comics. There is nothing I like more than making stuff that people love and making videos like this, because I love helping people discover the things that I love also. And how does the show stack up to the game? Really bloody well. I think the show takes so much from every game and sews it all together absolutely marvelously. Over the course of each game, you will start as a naive vault dweller, like Lucy, and you will eventually become a wasteland badass like Walton Goggins' Cooper Howard. Then, more likely than not, you'll become a super-powered monster slayer with your very own suit of power armor. As a show, Fallout is 73 on Metacritic. As a Fallout show, I think it's pretty close to a perfect adaptation. But you've probably waved your search engine online and noticed the hostility towards the Fallout games. How can millions of people who keep playing these games hate these games so much? They don't. They just hate that these games aren't getting better or going in a direction that they have faith in. Check this out. Fallout 1, 89. Fallout 2, 86. Fallout Tactics, Brotherhood of Steel, 82. Lol. Fallout 3 is 93. Fallout 4, 88. Then in 2018, Fallout 76, 53. Fallout Shelter mobile game, 71. But fans are mainly mad at Fallout 76. On release, Fallout 76 was an absolutely broken, janky, badly written, blatant money grab. Bethesda's done a ton of work in the meantime to fix Fallout 76. It is now a functional, janky, averagely written, blatant money grab. Like a cover band where if you get drunk enough and yell your own lyrics over the singer, you can have a pretty decent time. I believe Fallout 4 was made foremost with genuine passion and a real desire to tell a real story. Creatively, Fallout 76 was made with a genuine desire to make money. Now you know the lay of the wasteland. For you, I have 3 great jumping on points for the Fallout franchise. If what I'm saying about a Fallout game doesn't interest you or rubs you the wrong way, then go to the next starting point, or head to my infographic at the end and go to the relevant chapter. Just check your FOMO at the door. Not playing something doesn't mean you've missed anything or that it makes you any less of a fan. Just find the Fallout game that you like. First, should I play Fallout 1 and 2? I hand on my heart believe that if this shoe still fits you, starting with Fallout 1 and 2 is absolutely the best place to start your Fallout journey in video games. If you have never played a video game, then it is going to be even easier. But if you are a gamer and you love Baldur's Gate 3 and you've been looking for a follow-up game and you love the Fallout TV series, then Fallout 1 and 2 were made just for you, just a very long time ago. I'm going to start with the 2 downs, but the ups are so up that there ought to be balloons on them. The negatives. Old style graphics. This game was made over 150 years ago. Well, not really, but it sort of looks that way. It's not aged well. I want you to imagine this was made by an indie game dev, maybe yesterday. Reading. All I do is make stuff for people to read. Cuffed by Joker Harley Criminal Sanity. But I get that you may not like a lot of reading in your video games, but the writing is so tight in Fallout 1 and 2, and it never wastes your time. Which brings us to the positives. Great writing. Everything Fallout that you just watched was built on the shoulders of this incredible game. Here is the premise. A vault dweller, you, is forced to go above ground to save their entire vault. You will meet quirky, amazing, and dangerous characters. You will be joined by fantastic, distinctive companions. Dialogue is funny and witty and tight. The situations you'll be put in are amongst the most interesting and complex in the series. You saw Lucy's Wasteland story from Vault 33. This is your story from Vault 13. The cast. There is legendary voice talent before there became legendary voice talent. There is also Ron Perlman, who will go on to be the narrator for the entire series. We got MacGyver himself, Richard Dean Anderson, the Kurgan, Clancy Brown, Keith David, the President from Rick and Morty, and most importantly, Commander Anderson from Mass Effect, the legendary Tony Shalhoub from Monk. Then in the sequel, they threw in Michael Dorn, Worf from Star Trek The Next Generation, and holy God, Jeffrey Jones from Beetlejuice and Ferris Bueller. That is a cast, people. Dynamic and reactive world. Here is what makes Fallout 1 and 2 legendary and timeless games. Every playthrough is different because almost every choice you make changes the wasteland. Your game will be so much different to my game. One of the greatest role-playing games of all time. Before Baldur's Gate 3, Fallout 1 and 2 were either at or near the top of role-playing game gamers' lists. This game is for fans of Baldur's Gate, tabletop role-playing games, great novels, indie games, or just hardcore Fallout fans, and I also think it's really good for non-gamers. How to play? Buy Fallout 1 and 2 on GOG.com or on Steam. I would lean on GOG.com as they are the best place to play old games, but seriously, anywhere on sale will do. Quick tips. Here is a good starting build. This is what I last played with. Then tag small guns, speech, and lockpick. For your first playthrough, do not put your intelligence too low. All your responses will be intellectually challenged. That is how dynamic this game is to your choices. My next video will have a more in-depth, spoiler-free guide to get you started in Fallout 1 and 2. After you have finished Fallout 1 and then 2, if you really like turn-based combat, you can go do Fallout Tactics. Then, for more story, head to Fallout 3, then Fallout New Vegas, number 4, and then Fallout 76. Second, should I play Fallout 3? This is where Fallout really levels up, and the biggest steps were taken visually towards the show that you love. I'm going to start with the biggest turnoffs though. The negatives. The graphics. Look, I just started playing Fallout 3 again, and it is rough. This is not aged well from 2008. There is no depth. Distant trees just look like small trees that you could pick up. Animation. What really lets the graphics down, unfortunately, is the janky animations. While the humanoids aren't great, the rest of the wasteland is fine. The positives. Exploration. I cannot stress enough how good exploration is in Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas. You get a main mission, you go that way, you run into someone, you help them, which leads to a whole quest chain. Then you're like, what was I doing? You go back to the main mission, you go a little bit further and you find a strange building or a weird cave. You explore, you discover another quest or some mystery inside. And seriously, days later, you might actually get to that first mission. But you'll have had the best fun getting distracted. And in Fallout 3, everything is the same difficulty, so go be a wasteland wanderer and just wander. The side quests. Talk to everyone. Be nice. Be not so nice. Engage in their stories. Get missions, do the missions, get cooler stuff and bigger guns, rinse and repeat. The characters. Ron Perlman is thankfully back. Then you have Liam Neeson. Yes, that Liam Neeson. And he's going to be playing your dad. Malcolm McDowell is a character, and also Odette Annabelle from Cloverfield also makes a cameo right at the start. The choices and the consequences. While the main mission isn't as versatile, there are so many ways to resolve so many of the things in the game the way that you want to. The loot loop. When you're not chatting to people, you are searching the wasteland and picking stuff up until you can't carry anymore, you lug it over to a vendor, sell it, buy better armor and guns, rinse and repeat. I promise you, it's really fun. Quick tip, don't pick up everything. You want light loot with high value, ideally 10 value to 1 weight. Fallout 3 is for fans of FPS games, tabletop role-playing games, great novels, non-gamers, and people who love games with power gain. How to play. Check out Fallout 3 on Steam. But I hear Fallout 3 will work fine on all the consoles. If you are playing on a PC and you have an NVIDIA graphics card, hit Alt-Z and then use these settings that I've found to see a significant graphical overhaul. Here's my current starting build. Oh, and make sure quick save often. After you finish Fallout 3, head to Fallout New Vegas, then Fallout 4, and then Fallout 76. Then if you're in love, go back to Fallout 1 and 2 and do it all over again. Before I get to my absolutely favorite Fallout game, if you found this useful, please subscribe and I'll be uploading a spoiler-free new player guide for each game next. If you've got the heart to give this video a like, that would help me out greatly as we begin this YouTube journey together. Or, if you're a Wasteland legend, maybe send this to a friend to get them into the Fallout series, or leave a comment below with your tips and tricks. You can check out my comics and artwork at jasonbadower.com. Maybe come and find me at a convention. You'll see my schedule there. Come and say hi. I also have a Patreon where I send out goodies every month at each tier. So, what is my favorite Fallout game? Fallout New Vegas. This is not just the best Fallout game. It is also one of my favorite games of all time. I'll go back and play Fallout New Vegas every 3 or 4 years. I'm not joking. It is that good. That Metacritic score is about 16 points too low, in my opinion. The positives. The cast. This probably has the greatest cast of any video game. You have the recently deceased Matthew Perry from Friends. Ron Perlman is back again. Zachary Shazam Levi, who I drew this motion comic for. Chris Christopherson. Renee Obi-Juanes, Michael Dorn from Star Trek, Danny Trejo, who I got to meet at a Starbucks once, John Doman from The Wire, RPG Legends Felicia Day. Oh, God damn it. We are back till something else dies. Role-playing game legend Felicia Day, David Foley, Flick from A Bug's Life, Michael Hogan, who is Saul Ty from Battlestar Galactica, Rob Corddry from Hot Tub Time Machine and Ballers, and our nerd king himself, Will Wheaton, as well as just so many great video game voice actors. This is more like a comic book convention guest list, let alone a video game cast. The writing. Before Baldur's Gate 3, Fallout New Vegas was most people's #1 draft pick for best written role-playing game. The stories and the characters are amazing. There are 3 massive factions vying for control of the Mojave Desert and the Hoover Dam. You get to choose which of the 3 takes control. And yes, there's even a way for you to take control. The most Western. The Western style that the TV show captured with The Ghoul is absolutely inspired by this game. The negative. It looks old, same as Fallout 3, but brown instead of green. Somehow build a bridge and get yourself over it, cause it is worth it. In the play guide video, I will show you how to install mods that are going to really help that out. Third, should I play Fallout 4? If you are bouncing off everything else in this video, this is your place to start. The whole TV show is a giant love letter to Fallout 4, which is the most accessible and overall the highest quality Fallout game. Positives. It looks like the show. If every frame of this game doesn't in some way remind you or feel like you're walking through the world of the TV show, then I think we watch different shows. Modern gameplay. If you are not familiar with games, then this is a great onboarding experience. Use the VATS ability to pause to help you target and fight. If you're familiar with FPS games, then just ignore VATS and just go hose down everything in sight. Reactive ending. While there aren't too many places to make a genuine impact in the world of Fallout 4, the final act is where you get to pick a side. You'll get a completely unique questline and ending based on your choice. Set in Boston. I live in Massachusetts, and when I moved here, I went to Faneuil Hall, and I was like, whoa, dude, I killed a lot of super mutants here. My deja vu got deja vu. Negatives. The story. Bethesda's main missions are never the best. Walton Goggins' jokes in the show never get distracted by the side shit, but the real joke is that the side shit is the best part of all the Fallouts. Dialogue. Fallout 4 has this awful 4-spoke dialogue system. Agree, disagree, neutral, question. Worse, it only hints what you will say, which might not actually be what you want to say. But this isn't game breaking, it's just not game awesoming. How to play. Check out Fallout 4 on Steam or on a console. Recommended order. If you manage to finish Fallout 4, I'm begging you to please go back and check out Fallout 3 New Vegas, then 76. And if you're still in love, go back to Fallout 1 and 2. For your convenience, here is all 3 starting points. Fallout 1, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4. This world is amazing. I hope you can find a hook that transcends the medium and the unkindness of time on technology. But just like ghouls, good stories don't age. But more important than just your interests and the things you might or might not like about games is who you are. Fallout is a game for explorers and archaeologists who want to know what forgotten treasures, weapons, and monsters are inside and around every corner of the wasteland. Fallout is a game for people who are fascinated by the human condition in times of struggle and scarcity, who want to play detective as they put the pieces together to figure out what happened to the people who lived and worked in that building, and what happened in there after the bombs fell. And finally, Fallout is a game for people who want to make a difference, for conquerors and leaders, because after you have seen it all, you'll be asked to put the pieces of the world back together to make a new world as you see fit. What do you believe is the best way forward for humankind? Or maybe you don't care, and you
Want to set the world on fire.
How do you hang out with your friends? Restaurants, bars, clubs, maybe over at someone's house just staring at a TV screen, or just sort of hanging out? And if you sit around watching a movie, that's cool, but you're not really talking. I still, hand on my heart, believe that the best way to hang out with your friends is to play a role-playing game. Unlike a board game, role-playing games are not competitive. They are cooperative. You and your friends actually hanging out and creating stories and moments you'll look back on and laugh at together. But the worst thing about role-playing games is getting started. There's a lot of rules, and being the games master takes a heck of a lot of preparation time each week. Enter GameMastersForHire.com. If you've always wanted to play Dungeons & Dragons, GameMastersForHire.com are experts at teaching you all the rules while taking you on an epic adventure. And if you're loving it, you can play the same character every session, who will then get more and more powerful. If you're a wannabe dungeon or game master, there's no faster way to learn and be great at it than booking a training session with GameMastersForHire.com. For the experienced D&D groups out there, if you're looking for a special birthday gift for your DM, the best gift you can give is to let them be a player for a change by booking a birthday adventure. GameMastersForHire.com will make sure the guest of honor is treated like a hero on their special day. Game Masters for Hire can also run games for anyone, from dinner parties to kids' parties, corporate events, bachelor or bachelorette nights, to ongoing campaigns every week where you play the same character every session. It's like a story that you're building with your friends. GameMastersForHire.com are available online, which is how I play with them. But if you live in the greater Los Angeles area, they can do in-person games with miniatures and sets that'll blow your mind. Please visit GameMastersForHire.com for more information. Reach out to Ollie and his team and they'll help you out, whatever you need. And just like going out to dinner, split the cost between the lot of you. I'll even kick in. Just use my offer code BADOWER for 10% off your first game. I promise you're going to have an amazing time that you'll always remember. Thank you, GameMastersForHire.com, for sponsoring this video. Fallout Shelter. If you're into time-gated mobile experiences with problems that can be solved by throwing money at them, then this game is absolutely for you. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I just stopped playing video games on my phone altogether. What do I do instead on my phone? I read. I love to read comic books. You can find your place really easily, and Guided View is a pretty decent solution for your phone. Kindle, Prime Reading, Marvel.com, Comixology, then save your gaming time for when you sit down and play one of these real Fallout games. Thank you for watching my video.